As many of you know, we have been hosting a special music edition of 100 Huntley Street every Wednesday night for the past couple of weeks, where we have highlighted different music artists and interviewed American Idol cast-offs. But tonight is a special night. We will be hosting a live after party following the American Idol finale. And joining us today and tonight for our live show is none other than Danny Gokey from Season 8 of American Idol, who will be our special co-host. Hey, Danny.
The Idol cast-off. I'm an Idol cast-off.
So excited to have you here.
Glad to be here, guys. Thank you.
So we were chatting backstage, and you're kind of in one camp over the other. We now know the final two are
I've made my choice.
And Nick.
I'm excited about this, by the way.
So we know that Johnny loves Clark, has been in the Clark camp for a very long time.
Since day one.
Yeah, he actually came in the green room and he told me, he's like, since day one, I've been a fan. I'm like, all right. And that's kind of rare because you usually don't see people jump on a train. I've had people tell me, oh, I was a fan since day one. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't take the whole thing. I apologize.
How about you? So who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to win?
Clark Beckham.
Clark,
Yeah,
okay.
I think he's actually really great. He's very talented.
What is it about the two? I mean, because I know that you being on the road a lot, you kind of only get to see snippets. So what is it about one over the other?
Well, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen a whole lot since I've been on the road, but what I've seen, I just thought that he had more raw talent. He had actually, and plus he's got a little grit to his voice, which I always gravitate to, since, you know, I'm kind of a grittier singer myself. And so I've always, you know, I guess I just go to that, I gravitate towards that naturally.
Yeah. We read one of your tweets last night on our show, and you were just giving a shout out to American Idol and just really acknowledging that American Idol is what set your career in motion.
It really did, because, you know, the show is this huge show. It's the biggest show in the entire world, you know, when especially in its prime. And for me, you know, the show just gave a lot of people opportunity, but for me, it was different. You know, I had walked through like this horrible moment right before going on the show, and it allowed me to dream again and hope again, which at that point, I was just grasping for hope, and I was trying to find it. And it just set my life in a completely different, I guess the trajectory of my life just completely changed. Yeah. And so I'm super appreciative. I guess I have to say I'm one of the few that look at it for a little differently than others look at it because of that.
Yeah. Now, we've heard that American Idol, the last season will be next season.
Yeah, man.
How does that feel? I mean, 15 seasons. It's a long time for a show.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think it's had a very, very successful run. Yeah. I think it's one of those shows that made such a name because it was the largest, the largest, you know, I guess this, not just one time. You know, the Super Bowl's huge, but it's once a year. This was a show that airs several times a year, and it was so big. And I think it's going to come back in like 10 years. I think we're going to see a resurfacing.
Part 2.
Well, I mean, I think, and it's going to get a whole lot of viewership again. My question is how many people are going to tune in next year because it's the last show? Is it going to have, you know, like just like the beginning, millions upon millions of viewers again? Yeah. We'll find out, I guess.
Well, we want millions upon millions of viewers to tune into our show tonight. All three of us will be on. After party, after American Idol, you're going to want to tune in. Check your local listings to find out when and where we'll be showing.